Yo, what up, YouTube? Um, so we got Dazer over here with the 3 review. If you like these videos, just please leave a like and a comment, because I don't actually know how many people are watching this. Like, I get views on them, but I'm not really sure how many people this is helping. So, yeah. Off the bat, though, I like how you already have swaps, so I'm expecting, like, um, at least average gameplay. I'll see that you're exalted, so. Wait. Right here, though. Okay, so you wanna, I say this a lot in my videos, but you wanna get a 100 M heal, because this is like, I think 36 mana is like 91 M heal. You really wanna probably kill this wizard and feed like some shit in order to get a better pet. So here, alright, so Dazer's sitting over here in order to shield bash shit. I say this a lot in my videos, but in the first phase, you can shield bash shit on the left very easily, because he's default looking to the right, so you just sit on his left in order to sit it. This is the one everyone does. Okay, so you missed your O spells, so your O spell time is a bit off here, but I mean that's okay. Also, you can't EP here, so I mean technically you may as well just have your tier 14. But yeah, you mistimed the O spell here, and your mana bar is full right now. You could have probably either used your Paraspell a bit or your Dom spell. It depends on how good your group is, because if they're gonna stagger in 1 second, then it would be better to just be using Paraspell right now and then swap to O spell. But if you're sitting at 500 mana, then you're just wasting a bunch of mana. So you swap to O spell because you're anticipating a stagger, but you're just wasting a bunch of mana right now. They could have been regenerating, and also, I mean, I guess it didn't matter in this case. It only mattered for a split second, but your Vesture buff was running out there because you haven't used your ability in a long time. So yeah. Again, like, I mean, you're scared of blasting. You're not really blasting by sitting on top of him. You could just stand on top of him if that's how you're comfortable, because doing this just makes, like, look, you just missed out on, like, an EP by just, like, getting off of him like this. I don't know why people do that, but another thing is, again, you're wasting mana. Like, at the stagger, you only ended up using, let's see, two O spells. And although, like, I understand you don't want to blast, one, you could be using more O spells here, but also, in order to conserve your mana, or conserving mana doesn't necessarily mean saving. It can also mean using, because in this case, like, you have 300 mana, but you should also be, like, swapping to your Paraspell, maybe get your Paraspell off here. Because if you had a full 100 M heal, then you'd be at full mana, and again, you'd be wasting your mana again by not using your ability. So, yeah. Those are good O spells. I'm pretty sure you just hit 2, so, yeah, that's nice. Yeah, 1, 2. I'm guessing this is like an EU server, because hitting 2 O spells on Fear Melts is actually pretty hard. So, that's another thing with O spells, is it depends on how laggy you are, but like I guess your ping. Your ping determines how many O spells you can hit off. If you're on, like, let's say a home server, your O spells are gonna be like pretty instant, and you might be able to get 2 O spells off on a phase, but usually it'll only be 1. Okay, another thing, I've only said this in like one other video, but you know exactly where he's gonna go because of the decoy that's slided. So, okay, right here, there's a person top right. You see this trickster? He's gonna send a decoy into the middle like this. It's just going, and then it hides behind him over here. So after Figure Melts, after you cancel this first jump, he's gonna go to the nearest player, which in this case will be that decoy, which you'll see in a second right here. You see it was bottom left of him. So yeah, he just goes towards it. So right after this moment, you probably, what you should have done is just instantly ran up. You could have even tanked like 2 or 3 of these shots, because taking damage in Furies is really safe, at least in pre-exalted. So yeah, you could have just tanked these and ran up and down more damage. Okay, so for right here, let's see if you do the shield bash. Okay, so you don't do the shield bash set. If you wanted to do the shield bash, I'm not going to do this or talk about this like the entire time, but you'd want to be bottom left of him in this case. because as you can see, he goes in a straight line towards the middle right here. Boom, 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 this way when he resets the dominance. That means that when he's standing still during shield bash shits, his lines are going to go horizontally like this, and his stuns are going to go this way. But there's not going to be any shots right here. So you could have been sitting right here anticipating a shield bash, and you would have gotten in, been able to EP him. Okay, you missed one O-spell there, but it's okay. You want to be more aware here, because it's pretty obvious he's going to stagger, and I feel like you're too far. Like, I mean, even some of these randoms in the group who probably are like on seasonal 0-8s are closer than you right now. So, especially since there's a decoy, you should definitely be close up. You could have been like inside. If you were, see these pest dazer shots, they're really late. You could have just been like a closer right here, and then you would have been able to AP much quicker and O-spell. Your swap timings are a bit off. You want to like work on your like how fast you swap. Also right there again, you get off the guard for no reason. Like, first of all, your pet's not blasting the guard unless you're using auto aim or some bullshit. Like, you're good here, bro. You didn't have to fucking tank these pet stasis shots. This is tanking pet stasis shots is the biggest mistake you can do in like 03, like hands down. There's nothing like worse than just tanking pet stasis shots, especially when it hurts. Like, of course you want the heal from it, but I'm mainly talking about the M heal, and it especially hurts when he's doing nothing and you're just sitting there for the next like 5 seconds with shitty ass M heal. As you can see, you're not getting shit. You have enough for like 1 or 2 O spells here when you probably could have had enough for 2, 3, maybe 4 if you just didn't get hit by those pest stasis shots. Again, there's a decoy there, so he followed the decoy. You could pay attention to that. Okay, this one's actually, the shield bash that's actually, you might be tricky. Hold on, I need to rewatch that. Because, yeah, honestly, so in this case, in this very specific case, what just happened is you guys pushed him to dance, but you can't really tell if he was resetting and where he was resetting from, because he could have just went past this little circle, and if he goes past this little circle for even a pixel, that means he's resetting this way, and you'd have to sit over here. So in this case, if he, like, if I was in this run, I would actually just not shield bash sit, or just be very, very cautious and be ready to step off, because this is a really dangerous position, because you don't really know where he just came from. I mean, yeah, I mean, it kind of looks like he came from this way, so you'd have to be shield bashing here. It's very hard to tell in this case. But I see you trying to do it, but yeah, I would definitely not be here. We'll see though if it's okay. Yeah, it's not all good. We'll never know then. But right here, hold on. Let's see. Something's wrong here. Okay, yeah, you're not ever hitting a O spell on futile unless it's post exalted. Because as you can see, he only starts being vulnerable like right here. So unless you're literally just standing right here for the futile, which is very, very dangerous, you're not hitting an O spell. So don't ever put an O spell down. What instead you should be doing is just taking out your paraspell like you did. Using your paraspell, you're not using your paraspell. Okay, I don't know what's happening here. You're getting hit by pest stasis shots that are literally the easiest to dodge in this 03. So here's what I would do in this phase. Okay, I would pull out my paraspell, put it down, put a bunch of paraspells down, probably like 3, 4, maybe 5, and then use a dom spell. Because dom spell will be hitting all shots on this futile, and dom spell is the best item like in the game. So yeah, I mean, it's just OP. There's so many problems with this phase right here. Like, you're at a full mana bar. You're not using your spells for some reason. You're getting hit by pest stasis shots. Okay, I had something else, but I forgot. Anyway, next phase. This isn't a bad tanking. I like how you're using HP, but I feel like you're getting off too early. I don't know. Just stop getting off, bro. This is useless. Just like, yeah, like, I don't know what this is. Like, yeah, I don't even know why. Yeah, just stop doing that. Again, you're not hitting your O spell there, ever. Okay, so because you're at 200 mana, this is another point, which is mana conserving. You want to use your dom spell here instead of a para, or instead of any spell for the matter, because you're at 200 mana. So it's not like the cooldown. The cooldown of Dawn Spell is really what holds it back, even though you could play around with it. So yeah, you should have used your Dawn Spell here and just uh, healed up with your mana for next phase where you could have used your O spell. Again, you're getting hit by a lot of Pestasis shots. I think that's what you need to focus on the most from what I see right now. Also, you want to use your Snake Eye more. Like right here, I would have been using Snake Eye. And that was an unfortunate camera rotation. I get it though. You just need more experience in this case. Yeah, again, you're just getting hit by Pestasis shots. Okay, so I'm just going to say it once. And looks like you're doing it, but for Exalted Shield Bash, for everyone watching, it's going to be the exact opposite. You're going to be wanting to be hit by the stuns because, okay, so right here, you see how Inner rotates, he goes this way, this way, this way. So he's looking in this direction. So pre-Exalted, normally you'd want to stand behind him, but in post-Exalted, he shoots these little rays of horizontal shots, but then also little 90 degree or 45 degree shots out of his butt. So you want to stand in front of him. You can either stand in front of him, get a couple EPs, and then back off, or you could stand in front of him, tank the stuns, and that's overall better for the group because it's better to just hold Shield Bash and have the 68 players shoot him and then stagger him than you just getting a bunch of damage. Shield Bash, and that's why Shield Bash hitting is like the most important thing that you can do to help the group in 03, and that's what a lot of people look for because if there's no other Shield Bash hitters in the lobby and you're the only one, just by Shield Bash hitting you can like shave off 1, 2, maybe even 3 minutes of the run if like there's a bunch of Shield Bashes, and it depends on like when the Shield Bashes are, but like yeah, like Shield Bash hitting is the most important thing that you want to learn if you want to actually help the group. Okay, I like this dodging. You missed no spell, it's all good. Okay, right here, I would have used 2 HP pots and just sat on him with O-Spell. This is pretty good because Cosmos, like, normally he'd have another Cosmo here, but because he's on a wall, it's not going to shoot at you, so you only have to worry about 1, 2, and 3. And, yeah, I would have used MP pots and used HP pots here. MP and HP because, one, it's going to be Celestial soon because you guys are going to damage cap him, and I already see 6 mana pots. And post Celestial, he's not armor broken anymore. So your MP pots are the most useful before Celestial starts, because he's armor broken. You're doing like 2,000 more damage, I think. I'm not sure. I don't remember the math. 2 or 3 more thousand, I think. I don't know. Just don't call me on that. But yeah, like I would definitely just use 2, maybe 3 HP pots here, and use like all 6 MP pots on this phase. But I appreciate the Dom spell though. Yep, another Dom spell. That's perfect. That's exactly what I would have done. But I mean, you need to focus on your dodging. I mean, some of these shots are just like strays. I also appreciate the tanking. Yep, great, great, great. Okay, so right here, I mean, you still have the mana. You should have used a pair spell like right before the Celestial, so you could have the 15 attack before the silence starts. Also, wait a minute. So okay, so you popped a tank for some reason. Let me see when. Yeah, I mean, you popped one here. It's not really smart. You should have just used it like before on another phase. There wasn't that many good phases beforehand, sure, but now you're just gonna like fuck up your Celestial. Yeah, I knew that because of the minus speed, especially because you swapped over to Diplo, which I respect. Swapping a Diplo is goated, but you just have like what 40 speed right now and not able to hit your APs. So yeah, that was just fucked up. You have pretty good tracking, I'll say that. You want a superior though. A superior would be like more important than. Actually, these swaps are like the most important, I guess. Again, you get off. I mean, okay, I understand why you would want to get off here, but in this case, you didn't have to. Okay, sometimes there will be a silence beam. So okay, hold on. This is actually another one of the most important things to not do. That's like really simple to not do. Like fucking, so these silence beams, you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever, blah blah blah. There's a chance for it to spawn in the middle, and some people like don't notice it. Um, you need to pay attention to it because if there's one on the ground, you want to dodge it. You want it doesn't matter if you miss like 1 or 2 EPs, dodge the fucking silence beam because you could be fucking um, out of combat and just regenerating all your mana for the next phase, which is much better than getting 1 or 2 EPs. Like, it's just, like, infinitely better to not get hit by silence beams. Let's see, okay, this is perfect right here. This is exactly what you want to do after the Celestial Stagger. Like, if there was a lightning beam here, you want to dodge to the left a little, just like you did right here. Perfect little dodge from that silence beam, so I like that. Okay, okay, hold on. I would have done this as well. I would have dodged the silence beam just like you did, but you went a little too much. Like, you could have timinged it and just, as soon as that splash went down, you should have probably just went back. Also, you're just, you're too scared of, like, shooting guards. I think it's because the other people told you, like, oh, you're blasting guards or something, but, like, you're just, I don't know what this is. Like, you're, in this run, at least, you're just not shooting them sometimes. Rosa Tower Shooter, respect. Okay, right here, you don't have your AP for some reason. Okay, so a lot of people should know this, but post Celestial, you could pre-EP him like you could in the good old days. So, yeah, you could get a lot of damage with your EP out if it's post Celestial. Okay, I don't have much to say here. I mean, you popped another attack. Okay, again, you don't have your EP. Never EP something without an EP. Like, I know that sounds weird, but don't do an EP like function. Like, I don't know what this is. You're EPing him with your tier 14 staff, and this is just dangerous, because the trade-off, the opportunity cost, the I don't know, like, it's just not worth. You're tanking 206 for nothing. Actually nothing, because you could have just been shooting your tier 14 from here instead. Also, I would have used a Dom spell here for sure. Again, you're not using your spell. I see a lot throughout this run where you don't have your Vesture buff. So yeah, I mean that was a good Dom spell. But okay, let's see. Your aim's pretty bad here. You're not using your spell again, like I said. I feel like you're too stressed out, so that shit almost just killed you. That was actually like the Matrix. I mean, this run's actually pretty bad. Pretty bad phases. Okay, another Splendor. Let's see. It's pretty fucked up to go in, but I mean, okay. I mean, I respect that though. I respect trying to go in on the red at least. Okay, yeah. So the timing here is pretty strange. You can get 2 Dom spells off on this phase, but you have to pre-Dom spell this, because look, so you swap to your Dom spell, but it's a little too late, because after that you instantly Dom spell, and then he resets. Like at the 3-second mark, you basically only got like 2.5k from 1 second of Dom spells, and that was for 120 mana. So that was pretty, it's alright, because you're not really using mana anyway in this case, but the only way you're getting 2 Dom spells off in this phase, I don't know, I forgot what it's called, stationary, is if you like pre-aim the Dom spell and like use it like at a perfect time, and then it becomes actually worth it. So yeah. Okay, so right here, this is another thing that you can do pretty easily. Anyone can do this. Most of these things that I've been mentioning, you can do like on a 0-8, but I would. This term is called slingshotting. I don't know if I've ever talked about it on this channel, but if you were... Okay, so you know that Oryx 3 TPs to the closest person? So you could have stood in this little, like, area. This kind of, like, reminds me of, like, Shatter's Celestial phase, or whatever it's called, like, where the shots converge. Like, you could have sat in that little area and then slingshotted him towards you, That way you could get the drag and not like someone else, some random like 0-8 warrior gets the drag, because now it's just fucked up. You're missing a bunch of shots, you don't know where he's going and shit. Also, I haven't seen you use your backpack. I don't know if there's items in there like some mana pots or HP, but I mean, you haven't. I don't even know if you've used any MP pots actually, and yeah, you've only used HP pots. That's not good, and you're just. I don't. Okay, splendors on laggy servers actually are kind of fucked up. I don't know how the game works, but splendors aren't the same on all servers, guys. Like, it depends on your ping, and no one really talks about this. And although you quite clearly missed this purple one or this blue one, if you're on a laggy server, which I know you're already on, because you're using your O spell timing is like pretty fucked. This red one, specifically this red one, is really fucked up. Like, you could be in the safe spot, but because your ping is shit, it just fucking registers damage. I don't know why. I don't know how that works. But I've noticed it only happens on reds and laggy servers. So yeah. Also right here, I mean, this is a very strange. Okay, I don't even know what to call this. So, I respect that you're in here. You know, you're like dodging. You're close to him. But you're not even like really hitting him. You don't see him on your screen. Like, you're risking being sickened and having to dodge this without any trade-off. You're just losing shit here because you're not doing damage to him. You're just taking damage, or you're being at a risk of taking damage. And although you like dodged all of this shit, you didn't get any damage. So yeah, you should have been closer there. I appreciate the snake eye ring though. That was a very good play there. Again, you're not using your EP for some reason. I don't know what's happening. You need to use your EP for if you're gonna pre-EP shit. Okay, you could have canceled that for sure, especially, I mean, you need the AP there. Okay. Okay, you're not TP canceling anything. I mean, these are the easiest phases. Control, for the first 3 seconds of control, it's literally just the same exact pattern every single time. Alright. Let's see, 5 minute, 40 seconds, 1 million damage. Not too good, I can't lie. There's a lot of things you need to work on. Okay, I think I said before that your main problem is getting hit by pest station shots, but I think your new main problem is not using your spell. I mean, you're dodging as shit. You're getting hit by so much fucking shit. It's crazy. I don't know what your complete ratio is, but I don't think it's very high. You're getting hit by a bunch of shit basically, and it's mainly a problem when you're getting hit by pest station shots, like randomly, especially. What else? I mean, you're using tanks and shit. I think you're. Yeah, I don't know how to explain this. Like, just don't use tanks if you don't know like how to use them or when to use them. Like, you really only want to use tanks and pre-exalted because you don't really move a lot. The O3's basically sat down like a dog. Especially like if there's a splendor or something, you just want to use it then. But yeah, I mean, just work on your dodging. In some parts of the video, your dodging was phenomenal, but in most parts it wasn't. Also, yeah, just don't get hit by pest stasis and use your mana pots way more. Or, well, yeah, use your mana pots, but mainly use your abilities, is what I meant to say. Not your mana pots. You also want to use your mana pots because you have 6. But, like, okay, if I was in this run with this set, I would probably get, like, 1.2, 1.3 mil, and that's only based off of, like, very little things, but also just the ability, because you're not using your fucking ability. So yeah, first order of business, keep watching TAU. Second order of business, kill this wizard and feed your pet. And third order of business is just keep practicing. And yeah. Alright guys, leave a like and sub. See you.